Hey, so we are live, and hopefully the microphone works a little bit better today. If you watch my last video, I'm not sure if you could hear everything, and I was totally going off, so it's kind of a bummer. But so today I took some, I'm making some after ride meal here, some vegan burritos. But
Woo.
so what I was saying yesterday is like just comparing it to coffee. I don't know if you were able to get all that or if you watched any of it, but people prepare their coffee before the ride. And you know exactly what coffee you like, exactly what creamer you like, and exactly what how much sugar you like and everything. And it's just kind of doing that same thing with this. But like it's really hard to do if like you have a different brand of coffee every time and different creamer every time and like you're even I don't know, you're going from a French press to like a drip. Anyway, you know what I mean. So and today I did like a microdose of like the fly agarics and didn't really feel too much different other than maybe just a little bit more mellow. 300 milligram of dried Amanita muscaria. And I have Carissa, my girlfriend,
Hi.
who is also got a little microphone. We got these little microphones because
Hi.
my glass is broken, shattered on my iPhone, so I need to get it fixed. Probably need to get new service too. But, just out riding around, just seeing what microdosing is like while riding a bike, while doing exercise, cardiovascular exercise intensity. Like you have to control your bike and stuff. Chris only fell twice, but she's also learning. So,
Only twice.
um, and it's pretty steep hills around here. So we did like 6 miles and almost went 1,000 feet of elevation. So that's
It was rough.
it's pretty steep. So it's a difficult place to learn, but
Very difficult.
yeah, she seems to have positive attitude about it and jumped right back on. So that's a positive.
Yeah,
And
it was fun.
okay. So I don't know, not too much this go around. Wasn't for me wasn't like a super long, intense ride or anything. It was just kind of enjoyable and um, getting Carissa out there and comfortable. But like I said, like it's not it's way better than just like drinking coffee or like having your favorite drink or like having gels, anything with caffeine. It's like, and it's way better. It's 10 times better than caffeine, in my opinion, because of the ability to control your heart rate and control, like, be able to recover. Caffeine is just like a race drug, it's just a speed drug. Like, when you're cracked out on stuff like that, like, you have a lot less control. Like, your body's just kind of, there's like there's like a Buddhist proverb that says, there's a guy riding really fast by a monk on a horse, and the monk asks him, "Where are you going?" And he says, "I don't know. Ask the horse," because he's just completely out of control. Like the horse is just taking off, and that's like caffeine. Caffeine is just like you get on a racehorse
Mm.
and you just take off on the racehorse, and the racehorse takes you wherever you want to go. Like microdosing, like when you push, like the force is with you, and like when you calm down, like the force calms down. So like it's way more like working in tandem with you, like complementing. It complements everything that you're trying to do. And I don't think it does like anything extra for you physically. It's just like mentally, it gives you that control, and mentally, you're able to stay more positive when the efforts are difficult, and you're just able to compartmentalize things and like kind of multitask. Like think about your legs, relax your legs while you're breathing, and you're able to breathe deeper. I think like if anything, maybe your lungs relax and like your chest, like you're able to relax, even though like at the same time you're putting in a hard effort, like so it's a really dynamic feeling. Like it's pretty incredible. um, which if you cycle, like all those things are pretty important. Um, 'Cause there's like a lot of ups and downs during your ride. You're going 40 miles an hour downhill, or Today we probably went about 20 miles. You know, we're learning how to go faster. Chris is learning how to go a little bit faster and just stay on the brakes and stuff like that. So, but I mean, you're going down hills and then you're turning around and you're going right back up a steep hill. So like you're around here at least for sure, and that's pretty much anywhere cycling because I mean, there's always headwinds or hills or something. There's something to be dealing with, you know. So like you've got to be able to like mentally be pretty competent, and there's definitely no, if anything, that's heightened. As far as I can tell, that's heightened. So like your competency and like your ability to handle your body and even like decision making in a crisis moment, like I think it's like better. So if there's like any concerns that like you are on drugs or like you feel like you're on drugs or something ridiculous like that, it's just kind of absurd. Like it's really um, so. And then talking about the amanitas, like hopefully going forward, I'm gonna do like a little bit more with amanitas and just like wild mushrooms. And um, I think like this, it kind of explains everything when you're talking about wild mushrooms and even mushrooms in general. Like you can't cultivate them, like they grow wild. So it's hard to sell a product, it's hard to push a product, it's hard to even like have a consistent product if you can't grow it, like if you can't synthesize it. So why do you think they just say, oh, it's poisonous, it's poisonous, don't mess with it, it's poisonous? It's just like nothing to see here, it's poisonous, don't even try it. Because you can't make any money off it. Like you can't cultivate it, it's nothing consistent, and like that's exactly the opposite of every successful business model. So of course, and they don't want anybody to like bypass what they're doing and be like, oh shit, you can get this in the wild. So I mean, like it's pretty. I don't even think I'm trying to reach out to like all you conspiracy theorists out there, but like you don't even have to be. I mean, it's just common sense. If like if you understand the medical field and like how pharma, you know, if they can't make it their own, if they can't patent something, then they just stay away from it because that's just not in their business model. So I mean, but I'm gonna love. Like I've been reading a lot about the Amanita and stuff, so I'm not gonna drag this video on too much longer. But like I think people think of it as like, from what I've seen, like a lot of it's like a lethargic, kind of like it slows you down, and like people even say like it helps you the best in your sleep. Well, like that kind of contradicts like any kind of like um, like the folklore, the stories of Amanita from like Central Asia, from like Mongols and stuff like that, using it, and tribesmen using that to like hunt and having it for energy, and even like certain stories of like warriors using it going into battle. So like that completely contradicts like it's like lethargic or like a drunken stupor state that you're in, because I mean you're going into battle or you're doing something highly intense. So I'm super curious to get more experience with that and to be able to translate that to you guys, because in this field of mushrooms, and I don't even know all the like right terminology yet, but that's what we have Carissa for, to chime in the background to correct anything that I say if I do misspeak anything. But
Sound good so
it's like the
far?
Wild West. It's like really the Wild West, and it's crazy that we're in 2023 and there's still so many things that are just like completely unknown. Like we're basically talking like about the bottom of the ocean. Like the information out there is just like so sketch, and like there's like some good solid info about the certain parts of the bottom of the ocean, you know what I mean? So like everybody can chime, and a lot of people just use that as reference, you know, like, oh, this part of the bottom Mariana Trench, but like they haven't seen the other 99% of the Mariana Trench, just that one part of the bottom of the Mariana Trench. So like, so there's just like a lot out there, and it's crazy that 2023 that there's something that grows in forests all over the world, and like there's such little credible research on it, but it seems to have been so widely used in ancient, you know, ancient times, and even probably
I know. I don't understand why no one will provide the funding to study them more. Like they put them
because
in a
it
video
can't be
game,
cultivated. Like that's all you got to say. Like
right?
it can't be cultivated. It grows wild, like the conditions for it to grow. Like I've heard people say that they've tried to grow it for over a 10-year period and didn't have and had sporadic success. And it was basically just like you might as well just go look like in their
You
own
have to have them in your
yards.
backyard.
Yeah,
You
like
have to
in your
have
own.
giant forests of pine trees in your backyard in order to study them. And funding isn't going to support that because, yeah, they can't grow them. They can't control it.
So I don't know when these videos are ever going to start taking off. I haven't had too many viewers. I don't know if like I'm getting like shadow banned from YouTube to some degree because I'm doing such in-depth research
I know,
and
you
talking
started
about.
talking about mushrooms. Even the Amanita Dreamer chick, she's had her Instagram shut down a couple times, and she's talking about legal mushrooms. The Amanitas are legal, but they're demonized.
Yep. So there you go. But you know, I'm gonna keep on doing them because it's something to talk about, and I've always wanted to have my channel have some sort of something I can like really take off, really go with, and I think this is kind of one of those subjects that I have interest in. But I'm getting hungry here, and this food's about done right here. I'm starting to like almost burn stuff, so I'll be riding tomorrow. Have more to share.